Hello everybody, and welcome to my long-awaited, well, at least on my end, how I paint video for 10mm Napoleonic French Line Infantry by Pendraken. I've been very happy with this project so far. I am still early on into it. By the end of this, I will have the first 5 battalions of line infantry that I need for the French, and that'll be once again for both Waterloo by Warhammer Historical, which you see the rulebook here, as well as Command and Colors Napoleonics in like 3D form. So anyway, let's get right into it and see what we got. So I've attached my figures to these little coffee stir sticks, little thin ones, and I put 4, 5, 6 of them on a stick at a time. Oh, sorry for the background noise. It's the afternoon and I've got my kids playing Fortnite, and I've got a dog running back and forth upstairs. So any noises you hear, just the family doing their regular afternoon stuff. So anyway, once they're attached, and I just use white glue just to get them on there because I do want them to come off pretty easy, and generally I don't have a problem here. When I painted my other Pendraken stuff, the fantasy thing guys for Warband, I actually attached them straight to the element base and then painted them on the base altogether. I thought, that worked really well, but because of the details on these guys and because of the way they're ranked up, they look like that. It was going to be a little harder to do that, so I decided to just use the stick method, tried and true. So first thing we do is we prime them with Vallejo Gray. This is just a surface primer, and yeah, easy peasy. Always start with a nice prime, and I do a brush prime, by the way. Next up is I'm going to use Signar Blue Highlight and Cador Red Base, and I'm just going to cover all the blue bits. So that's the jacket, and my first few, I was really sloppy and it got all over everything else. It's okay if you go over some other areas. It's not like it's going to do anything big, but yeah, I tried to get less and less sloppy, and actually for this batch, as you'll see, being less sloppy actually is great. So blue and then red on the cuffs and on the collar. Now these are, close to historically accurate, but not completely historically accurate, and I'm okay with that. And I know Napoleonics, it's kind of that danger zone where you'll have people that are not going to be happy with the buttons being wrong, right? Like if you look at this outfit, like there's a lot of detail on Napoleonic outfits. So this is 10mm, and you can do a fantastic job on these guys. I'm going to do just a tabletop ready kind of job, get them ready for the tabletop and leave them at that. I'm not expecting anything too wild and amazing, but they do look good once they are all done. So anyway, I have those 2 colors on the blue and the red cuffs, collar, and then the blue jacket. And then I'm also going to use Warp Fiend Gray for the bedroll in the back, which may or may not be the right color, but I think it's a nice contrast with the others. Once those are all done, I'm going to give the whole thing, the whole mini from musket or bayonet tip down to the feet, a Nuln oil wash, and that's going to make them look like this. And I was afraid to do this the first time. I had not really done this with figures, doing just a black wash overall, but I know a lot of people do this and it works nicely. So it just darkens down everything just to the place I want it to be. And then the next step, I come back and I do a highlight again with the Signar Blue Highlight and Red Cador Base, same colors. And I just do a nice little highlight on the blues and the reds. Now, nothing fancy, just to make them pop again. You can tell the difference between here and here. Now, because they're 10mm and they're far away on the table, I do use brighter colors so that they pop. I think if I was doing this in 28mm, this Signar Blue Highlight might be a little too bright, but I think this washed version is a little closer, but this works nicely. Okay, and the other thing that you see here, I've done the whites with these guys. So once I've done those highlights again, I go Ulthuan Gray and then Pallid Witch Flesh. Now I know Pallid Witch Flesh is not very bright. It's got like close to a beigeish kind of color. It's like almost like a dirty white, and then the gray is gray. But I do that on the pants and then on the turnouts and then on the shirts. You can't see it great here because you can't see the strap across the chest, but you'll see in one of the next ones. It turns out nice. I like the look of that. It's got the gray is, you know, nice shading in the background, and I just, you know, I do have some areas that are still kind of blackish in the very, like in the crotch and then in between the legs in some areas. I don't worry so much about that. I think it looks fine, especially from far away. It just gives more shadow. So yeah, Altoine gray and then pallid witch flesh on the whites. Then after that, we start putting in these other detailed colors. So we've got Guncore Brown, that goes on the muskets, of course. Rucksack Tan, that's going to be on the backpacks, which you'll see there. And there are straps and stuff, but I'm going to get to those later. Beast Hide, which is the little water bottle. And these two figures have two different kinds. I think, I don't even know what those little round ones are. I think they might be water bottles because they don't have the other canteens, but I have no idea. And I've tried looking for it. I didn't search very hard online, but I couldn't really tell what those are. So if you know what those are, let me know. But I think they're like a water bottle. So yeah, those colors. And then Midland Flesh for the skin. That's just the hands and the face. That's it. It's actually, there's not a lot to it, which is great. And then yeah, I think I did do it here. Then all that gets a wash with Seraphim Sepia. So that's the face, the musket, the backpack, and the canteen. I'll get that wash. Here you can see I did put gold on the front, the little like badge on the front of the hat. I don't normally do this, but because I put a little bit too much gold when I was doing the other figures, I just put those in now. I will have to go over it again, but you know, instead of just wasting a little blob of gold, I decided to do that. And then once that wash is dry, which does not take long because it's just a little drop here and there, I move on to a few more details before we are done. So here you can see the straps along the front. I like the way this one looks. You can definitely tell that this strap is different from the one behind. This one got a little splotchy, but we'll put them in the back. They don't have to be front and center. They don't have to show their details. So other things I did here, black is going to go on the hat, which you can see a bunch of there on the hat. And then the, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to put them on the cartridge cases here. Oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness these are not done. Normally, I would also put black on the cartridge cases that you see back there. So I'll make sure I do that one. Lead Belcher. That's for the little parts of the musket. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but yeah, like the where the trigger is, and then the I don't know, flintlock area mechanism where the thing goes bang, and the bayonet. So that stuff gets some Lead Belcher. A little bit of gold. That's just going to go on the front of the hat again. You can see how that shines. And then I use Pallid Witch Flesh again to extra little white bits. So the strap on the musket, and then the little straps on the backpack. You can see those look cool. This one is a little splotchy, but the other ones look nice and straight. So maybe he'll be in the front. Yeah, good. He'll be in the front, so you won't be able to see the bad part on the back, and you'll be able to see the good part on the front. Excellent. And I believe that's it until we have to get to the little plumes. Now, these plumes I haven't done yet because I don't know where they're going to go, but eventually they'll have different color plumes depending on which company they're in. So they might have green plumes, they might have purple plumes, and I have a variety of little colors that I use. I think there's 4 different colors, plus red. Oh, and there will be, I believe, a yellow one for the Voltigeur, which I haven't done yet. But yeah, that's it. That was pretty quick, right? I put these guys together in this stage painting. That only took me, well, it probably took me a couple of hours to get that done. So these guys, I actually meant to do this video days ago, and these guys should have been done, but this coming weekend, it's Friday today, on the weekend, I will definitely get these guys done, and it's not going to take long because they're either started or partway through the process. So yeah, looking good, and eventually they will look like this. So there you have it. That's how I paint 10mm Napoleonic French Line Infantry. Simple stuff, nice tabletop standard, nothing too wild. I think they look good. They're going to look great on the table, especially when I've got all the battalions together, and then I've got some cannons and cavalry and all that stuff. And I'll talk about how I painted those in a later video. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something here. Hopefully there's some interest, and maybe you see that 10mm Napoleonics is not so hard to do. All right, thanks, and see you later. Bye.